Hello students, we are now going to start a new chapter on recursion. Recursion is a continuation of a previous chapter on functions. When a function calls itself, we have something called recursion. A simpler definition of recursion is that recursion is the process of solving a problem in terms of smaller versions of the same problem. It's very important for us to remember these two words in terms of smaller versions of the same problem. That is the crux of recursion. Let's have an example of recursion here. One of the classic examples of recursion is for calculating the factorial of a number. We know that the factorial of a number n is equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2, etc., all the way to 1. So if we want to find the factorial of 5, it is equal to 5 into 4 factorial. Now 4 factorial itself can be calculated as 4 into 3 factorial. And 3 factorial as 3 into 2 factorial, etc. It goes on till we reach the number 1. We stop at number 1 because the factorial of 0, we don't calculate the factorial of the value of factorial 0. We stop at 1. And then we multiply all these numbers to get the answer of factorial 150. So as you can see, we are using the same problem to solve smaller versions of previous problems. These are the two key terms that we must remember. We are solving a problem using smaller versions of the same problem. Let's see how we can do this. But before we do that, I'd like to play a clip of a song, a very old song, which has what is called the process of chaining. You'll see in this song by Harry Belafonte, you may be familiar with this, you'll see that the first line is repeated towards the end. So let's go and play that song quickly.
There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza. There's a hole.
Then fix it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then fix it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Fix it.
With what should I fix it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what should I fix it, dear Liza? With what?
With a straw, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a straw, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a straw.
But the straw is too long, dear Liza, dear Liza. The straw is too long, dear Liza, too long.
Then cut it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then cut it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Cut it.
With what shall I cut it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I cut it, dear Liza? With what?
With an axe, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With an axe, dear Henry, dear Henry. An axe.
But the axe is too dull, dear Liza, dear Liza. The axe is too dull, dear Liza, too dull.
Then sharpen it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then sharpen it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Sharpen it.
With what should I sharpen it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what should I sharpen it, dear Liza? With what?
With a stone, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a stone, dear Henry, dear Henry. A stone.
But the stone is too dry, dear Liza, dear Liza. The stone is too dry, dear Liza, too dry.
Then wet it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then wet it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Wet it.
With what should I wet it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what should I wet it, dear Liza? With what?
With water, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With water, dear Henry, dear Henry. Water.
But how shall I get it, dear Liza, dear Liza? But how shall I get it, dear Liza? With what?
In the bucket, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. In the bucket, dear Henry, dear Henry. The bucket.
But there's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza. A hole. There's a hole.
Okay, so in this case, the very first line was repeated at the very end. So you see there's a process of chaining. This is at the heart of recursion, where we have a kind of a chaining. Of course, in this case, the problem doesn't get any smaller, the problem remains, and there continues to be a hole in the bucket. But this song was played only for to introduce things in a very light way. Let's move on. Yeah, so the same definition of recursion is repeated here. Recursion is the process of solving a problem in terms of smaller versions of the same problem. Now, since the problem gets smaller each time, the process eventually terminates with what is called a base case. Okay, we'll see what a base case is. The base case does not involve the function being called again. Now, while writing effective recursive programs, we must remember two things. Each time the function calls itself, the problem must get smaller, and we must identify the base case at which point the recursion will stop. If you look at this image, you might be reminded of something that you may have noticed when you visited a haircutting salon. Okay, this is an example of recursion. I don't want to explain it. It's quite self-evident what kind of recursion is going on. Now, another example of recursion, but using a very simple example of bunnies and counting the number of years in n number of bunnies. So we want to calculate how many years two bunnies have. Okay, the first method uses loops. It's very simple. We start by initializing a variable years to 0. The total number of years is initially 0. Then we start a loop from n to 0. That means in this case, for two bunnies, it starts at 2, then it goes to 1, and of course we know that it does not touch 0, it stops just before 0. Each time the stepping is, it moves by -1. The number of steps is -1. It's counting down from 2 to 1 and then stopping at 1. So in this case, for the second bunny, now the second bunny has 2 years. So those 2 years are added to the total number of years, and then I becomes 1. Now this loop is still valid because we haven't reached 0. So for the 1th bunny, again the 1th bunny has 2 years, so we add 2 more to years. So the value of years is currently 4. Then I becomes 0, at which point we stop looping and we return years, which contains 4. So that's how this goes. Now let's look at a solution using recursion. Now you'll notice one thing, we are counting backwards, because if you remember the definition of recursion from this, each time the problem must get smaller. So we start with the big problem and move downwards towards a smaller problem. Okay, so that's why we're counting from n to the smallest base case. So here again we do the same thing. We start with the large value of n, and this, the else part, is the base case. In this case, when the number of bunnies reaches 0. So in this case, we are passing 2 as a parameter. We want to find how many years 2 bunnies have. This 2 gets passed to n. So n is now 2 here in this case. Since 2 is greater than 0, it enters this condition. Now the second bunny, remember we are not going to talk about the first bunny, but we're going to start from the bigger problems and go down towards smaller problems. So we're going to start with the biggest case. The biggest number of bunnies here is 2. So the second bunny has 2 years, and that is added to, now we are calling bunny years with 2 minus 1. That means we want to find out how many years the 2 minus 1, that is the 1th bunny, has. So in this case, bunny years is invoked with 2 minus 1, or bunny years is invoked with 1. So a fresh invocation of bunny years takes place with the value 2 minus 1 or 1. So 1 gets pasted into the new invocation of bunny years. So now in this case, n is 1. 1 is greater than 0. Therefore, again, it enters the if condition. Now, the 1th bunny has 2 years. So, that is again set aside. It's added to bunny years 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So, bunny years 0 is invoked. So, 0 comes to and gets saved inside n. Now, in this case, 0 is not greater than 0. Therefore, the control goes to the else part. And here, the 0th bunny has 0 years. So, 0 is returned. Now, this 0 gets pasted in this particular place for bunny years 1, for the first bunny. Okay. So, the first bunny is 2 years plus the 0 years of the 0th bunny is added. So, 2 plus 0, 2 is then returned to its calling function. Its calling function was bunny years 2. So, 2 goes to bunny years 2. In bunny years 2, it already had a 2 here and it gets 2 from bunny years 1. So, 2 plus 2, 4. It returns 4 to its calling function. So, the value 2 plus 2 or 4 gets returned to print bunny years. And therefore, we have the output of 4. Now, let's see the same thing in an animated way. So, here's our code. In case you want to look at the code, here's the code. And here's an animation of the same. So, we want to find out how many years 2 bunnies have. So, the second bunny, we know, has 2 years. And then we invoke bunny years 2 minus 1. In other words, bunny years 1 is invoked. See, we are returning 2 plus bunny years 2 minus 1, which is 1. So, bunny years 1 is invoked. Now, we want to find out how many years the first bunny has. Now, we know that again, the first bunny has 2 years and it invokes bunny years 0. Now, bunny year 0 is the base case. See, we have written here that if bunny years is equal to 0, then we return 0 and there is no more invocation of bunny years. Therefore, this is the base case. So, there is no more recursion here. This is the last point of recursion. And now, because 0th bunny has 0 years, that 0 is returned to its calling function, bunny years 1. And this 0 is pasted here. So, the bunny years, the first bunny is 2 years and the 0th bunny is 0 is added together to get 2 and that is returned to its caller, which is bunny years 2. Now, the second bunny had 2 years and this 2 gets pasted here to calculate 4. There is a total of 4 years in 2 bunnies. And that's our answer.